Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tom Cat here and welcome back to Off-Road Outlaws, and today we're going to be messing around with a vehicle that I rarely ever touch in this game, and I don't actually think I've ever done anything with this vehicle. So this is obviously going to start its life out as a Chevy Tahoe and will be finishing its life as a, well, fully built monster truck. Now, the reason why I've been building so many monster trucks lately is because I've been going through the list of vehicles and literally just staring at them and going, which one would make a good monster truck? Because as you can see, I have the double dually Hummer over there. I have the Monster Murica bus over here on the trailer. And then I have this, which it was my Bigfoot build, and then I ruined it. But I ruined it by throwing tracks on it because I wanted to see what they looked like, and I haven't really gone back to fix it. So with all of that being said and done, this thing is going to get fully built out, everything done. Y'all already know the drill. Y'all already know how this part of the video works. We go through, we max everything out, and then we go ahead and we max out the, we max out the power, we max out the strength, and I think for this one, we're actually going to go for a supercharger setup, which normally I don't do. Normally I go for turbo, but in this case, I'm going to go for a supercharger, and we also are going to make sure to get the e-brake installed, even though the e-brake doesn't make all that much of a difference when it comes to running a monster setup, because the monster setup, the tires are so big that the e-brake really can't lock the wheels. I mean, it behaves almost the same as like the normal brake at that point. So why are we in there? We need to change the suspension type first. Like, geez. All right, so we're moving to obviously a full monster setup, like full monster setup, and we are also moving to a monster setup in the rear. That would look like, why would you do anything besides a monster setup anywhere else? You could do like heavy duty solid axle pro in the back and monster in the front. Like, it'd be so weird and so dumb, and I feel like it would take, I don't know. I feel like it would just be so wrong. It just wouldn't work. So we're going to go ahead and throw, obviously, the monster suspension in the back as well. So now that's all said and done, and we don't really need to worry about doing anything more to it. So I am also going to do a dyno run, and we're going to go ahead and get everything done. Go ahead and run the dyno, see what kind of power numbers we come out with, because this thing is obviously fully built and supercharged. Gave us about 705 horsepower and 529 foot-pounds of torque max, which isn't terrible. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of the build. So wheel and tire-wise, obviously, normally I don't come in here first. Normally I go ahead and do, the suspension stuff first. But for the sake of just seeing what happens, I'm going to come in here first, do all of this first, just to, oh, God. Well, it's a pizza cutter boy right now. Width, max. Rear, max. See, it just ends up looking really wonky if you come in here first. Like, really, really, really wonky if you come in here before you actually tune the suspension. So we're going to go ahead and max all of that all the way out. So that's all said and done. Nothing to worry about. And then let's move these. Well, actually, before we do that, travel all the way up, just so we don't have to worry about it. And for this one, I want max maneuverability, so I'm going with full angle rear steering. So that's going to be an interesting one to control. Let's go back to the front and go back to our axis width now and move it out just a little bit further, but not too far. It's about 0.04. And I think that's what we're going to run in the rear as well, 0.04. And then shock size, I'm going to bump it up to, I think, like a 1.4. Not necessarily going to max it out. This one I'm going to be a little bit more realistic-ish with than the other one, because the other ones that I've done recently have been, super wild and over the top. I think this one I'm going to go for a little bit more of a realistic approach. And then I think, well, I certainly know that, actually, I wonder if we leave the rear, if we put the rear stiffness, no, it would be bring the rear stiffness down a little bit and put the front, I know I start talking about realism and then I go and do this, and then put the front stiffness all the way up, but then bring the front travel down a little bit so it's not awkwardly squatted. Then maybe it'll do wheelies. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll do wheelies because I know the bus did wheelies and it had max stiffness front and rear. But maybe if we do max stiffness in the front and like soft in the rear, it'll make the front end like extra bouncy, and so it might be a little bit better for wheelies. I'm not sure, but it's something that's worth playing around with. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mess with the damping at all yet. I'm going to go ahead and save that for later. And, oh, it's still a little high in the front, isn't it? No, I don't want that. All I wanted to do was zoom out. That's all I... Really? You serious? Okay. All right. I see you. All right. I'm going to go back into the tuning and lower the front travel even more just to try to get it, like, somewhat level. So it doesn't look like strange, because I know that like I don't really like, obviously I don't like, the squatted truck idea or look, but like sometimes it's tricky to keep a truck from having that look if you're trying to do something weird with the suspension. So customization wise, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some probably mud tires on it. I want to do a sort of like a mud/rock combo because, I mean, these are obviously very good in the mud, but they're also good in the sand and they're decent on the rocks. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I mean, they're definitely the best all-rounder tire, and I know I've been using them a lot lately. But at the end of the day, I think they just work really well, I think they work really well, and I think they complement the truck, and I also can't see anything right now. I can't, and for some reason, it won't let me move the camera. So we're going to apply the mods, and then we're going to go back into the customization, and then we're going to try and fix it again. So let's go back to paint, and I think I'm going to leave it matte, and I want to see what some of the other colors look like. We could do a red. We could do sort of like a purple, but that's not exactly the purple I would want. I like the orange because it's bright, and it really kind of, sets the color off. But the green and that's like a bright purple. I could go for that. But let's see. I could almost go for the white too. I haven't really built a white vehicle in a while, so I'll take that. And then wheels-wise, I know that I like these a lot. I like these a lot, and I like these a lot. I'm trying to think which one is going to be the best, but we do an even bigger. Oh, that looks sick with like a proper beadlock ring, because it sort of comes with like what you would call almost like a street lock, and then you do a proper beadlock. When I say street lock, I basically just mean like fake beadlock. So that looks pretty good. Now, spoke-wise or spoke color-wise, let's see if we can do... I just don't like the black because I feel like, now that's pretty sick. Okay. And we're kind of open to being able to do whatever we want because of the fact that the vehicle itself is white. So we're really open to whatever we want to do in terms of the wheel color. So let's see, bead color. Oh, I feel like it's one of those, like, love it or hate it type things, to match the beads themselves to the uh-oh. Yep, now we can't get out of that. That's so weird how you cannot get out of that view. That's going to look, I feel like there's definitely going to be mixed opinions about that one. There's going to be people that love it, and there's going to be people that are like, no. They're like, absolutely not. That is disgusting. Why would you do it? Is it bad that I think the stock bumpers, well, not necessarily stock, but the ones that it comes with look much better than any of the other ones? I don't know why, but I'm honestly pretty set on that. For some reason, I feel like the cage goes well with this one. Fender-wise, we could get a lot of extension out of them, or we could cut them out. And I like the look of them cut out. So we'll do double running boards. Roof lights, I don't really need one. Spare wheel holder, definitely don't need that. Exhausts, we could do duals or really nothing at all. And I think with this, I'd probably end up having some kind of weird exhaust anyway that wouldn't be a hood stack. So jack-wise, don't need it. And I know I put a winch on most vehicles, but this one I think looks better without it. And then front lights, leave that alone for now. And we have, I feel like, well, that's more pink than it is purple, and I don't think that fits. I feel like I'll just go with the white LEDs, and that looks a little bit better. And from that point, from that point, I'm going to go ahead and apply all mods. And now we're going to take it out and see what it's like. Now, I'm very curious to know if that setup that we went with actually does wheelies or if it's just bad. Now, it might be just bad or it might actually do wheelies. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and take it to the stunt park first. Then I'm going to bring it back out of the stunt park and take it to another map that's a little bit more mud related so that we can... Oh, God. Well, it spawned in weird, that's for sure. So let's see what this thing does when we first try to mess around with it. Let's see if it wheelies. It kind of does. What about in low? Not quite. It almost does one. It really, honestly, all it does is make it handle really bad. Honestly, like, it just made it, like, all I did was make it handle really, really bad. So, with that now being found out and discovered, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the tuning. And I'm going to get rid of all that stiffness in the front end, and then we're going to take it somewhere that we can actually have fun with it, because that completely backfired on me, and I will fully admit that it backfired on me because it was kind of an experiment, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not, and it has definitely proven to me that it's not going to work. So I'm going to put this back to like around 15,000, which is sort of where it, where it comes from the game. And now we're going to bump the travel all the way back up and head back out and have some actual fun with it. So, mud-wise, this definitely needs to go... Yes, I know I can't bring the trailer with me. Mud-wise, this thing definitely needs to go to Woodlands, because I always end up at Woodlands at the end of the day, but really, it's kind of the best map for doing all-round testing. Now, I'm not too concerned with it doing wheelies, so that's why I'm not, like, exactly... like maxing out the stiffness front and rear right now, but the maneuverability should be pretty awesome. So let's turn the diff locks off. See if it'll do, well, it doesn't really want to do donuts. What about if I just lock the rear? Not really. After a certain point, it just starts pushing. It does great in the mud, though. It loves the mud, and wow, does it turn on a dime. Or at least as close to on a dime as any of the monster trucks I've ever built. I mean, it's super maneuverable. Whoop! Oh, not quite. Oh my God, not quite. Try again there, bud. I think there's a big mud pit down here to the left. Well, actually, there is, because it's the river, but... I want to try a couple of trails with it, too, because I know that, like, it's good for not... Like, these tires aren't just good for mud. So, whoa! Really? That's annoying. All right, lock everything. Really? Come on. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me right now. Not like I'm caring about my time at the moment, but jeez. All right, let's give this another go. I think this is probably just like a ground route. Oh my God, that was close. And boom, we're there. Okay, so that was literally just participation. There was no like record breaking in that. Nothing at all even close to record breaking, which I didn't figure there would be anything close to record breaking, but yikes. It's quick. It's definitely not, like, it's not a slow vehicle by any means. And it's even pretty maneuverable at speed. I mean, the four-wheel steering definitely gives it a lot more maneuverability than I thought it was going to have. And that's, I mean, that's definitely a good thing in my eyes. So, oh boy. We're good. What about this trail over here? Let's see how this Monster Tahoe does here. Oh boy. Well, it climbed that hill pretty dang quick. Where's my next one? Oh, here it is. Got it. There we go. Go, 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 go. And brakes. Left. Hard left. Oh, that's where the four-wheel steering comes into play. There we go. 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 Wonder how long this one is. Seems like it's pretty long. Longer than the last trail for sure. Oh, get back on power. Definitely wasn't very crawly though. I mean, fairly simple, not really crawly at all. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Ended up getting the copper award for that one. Hey, that's better than like at least that's better than the last one, which the last one was like basically it was like at least you tried. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like, it kind of sucks to see when you think about it. Now let's find the rest of the mud and let's find like a proper river because I really want to throw this thing at like a proper river. Oh god. Oh god, come on. There we go. I think I'm gonna go through here. Yep. Is that the river? It should be. Yep, let's go. Oh, I'm gonna yeet this thing straight into the mud. Oh my god. Hey, it digs. It's actually really good. I mean, this is high as well. This isn't even low. I mean, it's really, really good in the mud. I'm impressed. It's better than the last monster truck I built, like at least for mud-related stuff. It's better than the last one I built for sure. And it definitely like does a good job of putting its power down, and it doesn't really complain about like what you throw at it either. Like, I mean, it'll do like, it'll go through any kind of mud I think that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some custom maps out there that have, wow, it did all that in high. It didn't even have to like go back to low to do that climb. I'm really impressed with that. Now, I'm sure there are some custom maps out there that would sink this thing, but in my opinion, it's actually one of the better monster trucks that I've built in terms of mud capability. So if you guys enjoyed this build, then make sure to leave it a like. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later, and also make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I don't remember if I already said that or not. I may have. Who knows?